Here we'll do an example of unit conversion with mixed units. We are given 4 pounds and 6 ounces. However, we are asked to find the number of ounces. Note that part of what we were given is already in ounces. That's the 6 ounces. The part we need to change is the pounds. So if you were given mixed units and you're asked to go to ounces, we're only going to change the 4 pounds. Let's first write that we are going to change that 4 pounds to ounces. Let's begin by writing that 4 pounds and multiplying by a fraction. Because we start with pounds, we'll send pounds to the bottom. Since we need ounces, we'll place ounces on the top and abbreviate that as OZ. We have a piece of information that tells us that 1 pound is the same as 16 ounces. We look to our letters in the fraction. The pounds are on the bottom, so let's box in the 1 pound and note that should go to the bottom. The 16 ounces will go to the top then. Since we have 1 pound on the bottom, I will place 1 next to pounds on the bottom, and 16 will go next to ounces on top. Therefore, our operation will be 4 multiply 16 divide by 1. We'll go to the calculator and operate. We'll enter 4 and multiply by 16. We can also enter dividing by 1, but that won't change our answer, so I'll actually stop with 4 times 16. This gives us 64. Now let's look to our letters and see if any cancel out. Since we have pounds on top and pounds on the bottom, we can cross both of those out, and the only unit left is ounces. So we'll write that our 4 pounds is the same as 64 ounces. Now that we know that we have 64 ounces, we'll add in the other 6 ounces that we haven't looked at yet. This is for that extra 6 ounces at the end of the problem statement. So underneath the 64, I'll write plus 6 ounces. And we just add those together, and again, you can use the calculator if you wish. With the 64 already stored, we will say plus 6. When we press enter, we end up with 70. Because we are adding 2 amounts of ounces together, our final answer must also be ounces. This means in 4 pounds and 6 ounces, there's a total of 70 ounces. The important thing to remember is we leave the 6 ounces for the end, and we start with our pounds to ounces unit conversion. The pounds to ounces unit conversion gave us the 64, then we added the extra 6 on to get 70.